I think my love for mountain biking was kind of like always there. The nice part about mountain biking is like you can't like afford to think about anything else. You have to focus on what you're doing. Well, on a good day, it's up like decently early, but sometimes on a weekend, like on a Saturday morning, you sleep in a little more than you expect. Sometimes it's only me and one other, sometimes it's a bunch of people, but we usually pack as many bikes as we can in my Pontiac Vibe. It's quite a little like beater car. It has 320,000 miles. It's an 07. It's not quite used for its intended purpose, but it's definitely a good little servant of the mountain bike community here at St. Mike's. Mountain biking, it's like kind of a misfit sport maybe. Like I think a lot of people who find mountain biking maybe feel like they didn't fit in somewhere else, and they feel like mountain biking is like a good community for them. Well, when you get to the top, that's the best because you can take a break and stop. Like the anticipation you get, like it's the same every time. You just know you're gonna have so much fun and like be fully focused on what you're doing. You can't like afford to think about anything else. You have to focus on what you're doing. And someone like myself, doing anything else, I'm always having trouble focusing or like thinking about tons of different things. Like I could be doing schoolwork and thinking about like what I'm gonna eat for dinner, or like, did I forget my keys or wallet or whatever? And I think mountain biking is like perfect for that. It's like you can only think about one thing, and I think it's probably like the only time in my life I am only thinking about one thing, so I feel pretty lucky that I'm able to do that. I remember being a little kid and like getting this little video camera from a garage sale or something, and I was like, oh, this is cool, like now we can film like mountain biking. Like growing up, I like idolized like this group called like 50 to 1. They were like World Cup racers that put out videos like before like vlogging was kind of a thing. They kind of just like showed their lifestyles. Little like 5th grade, 4th grade me just thought like that was the coolest thing ever. Once I kind of figured I could like put the two together, that's when I kind of like switched on and I was like, oh, like this is actually something I could pursue a little bit. I think with sports photography, I like being able to like manipulate a scene and like capture a moment. Especially in something like hockey or like mountain biking, it's very action-based. Like I think a lot of what you see might be obvious until like I go back through my pictures and I'm like, oh, I caught this moment I didn't really realize in the moment, but it's like, oh, if I crop this and do this, it's like a really interesting scene that like maybe with like the naked eye you wouldn't see, which I think is really cool. The mountain biking, I think you can be all over the place. I think it really allows you to be creative. Even if like you're at a race, you can still be a little like creative and artistic rather than just like a free ride shoot. As long as I'm like outside with a camera doing something sports related or outside related, I think that would be the goal. The idea of like going out on like a big mission and filming some mountain biking or surfing or skiing or something like that would be kind of the dream. And if I can find a way to have an income doing that and have a career doing that, I think that would be really good. If I just had to like take pictures all day and edit photos all day, I think I'd be a pretty happy guy. So I think if that ends up being a career, my creativity and motivation will not lack. I think there's always going to be uncertainty in the media world. It's just, it kind of takes that type of person to like go out there and take that risk. But I think that's where like the passion comes in. It's like you wouldn't do it if you weren't passionate about it. So I think I would much rather be a little uncomfortable and grow as a person doing something I'm passionate about than be like super comfortable sitting in like an air-conditioned office, because I probably would just go crazy. So I think I'll take the first option like every day of the week.